Hello everybody, my name is Eric D. Johnson, also known as BrightShine, right here in the city, members in the county, state of Tennessee. Today's date is early Monday morning, September 21st, 2020 time, 6:31 a.m. First, I thank all my family, my support for every encouragement to want to continue to keep myself employed right here in this Memphis tri-state area and continue to further my education at Monroe College online, continue to pursue my social research, studying administrative, concentrated market. In the present time, I took a break and going to school. In the very near future, I will be going back to Monroe College online to continue to pursue my social research, studying administrative, concentrated market. Now, this weekend, like I said, I want to do my video, working 7 days a week. So what I had to do, just sleep a little later after I got off work, and give me a little sleep and then make my video. But like I said, I'm still make my video. It's anti-gang, and that the United States Department of Justice, anti-gang. See, ain't nothing to argue about. See, people be trying to make it sound like that. Here it is, 2020. See, when you say gang and all this stuff years ago, and all that occult literature that the bitches be trying to use and trying to pretend. See, it's wrong. Just like the United Nations, the International Declaration of Human Rights. See, all that occult literature is wrong. It's wrong. There's so many things that's being conveyed to people all over the world that the occult literature is wrong. See, when you go into the pre-13 colony history, the United Nations, UNESCO, UNICEF, the whole United Nations, that's all the people of the world. When you're talking about the United States of America, the history before the United States of America, that literature that you be talking about, that occult literature. You see, over there in what they call Turkey today, when you're talking about Tarsus. See, that occult literature. That occult literature. These people were doing these things in the past, and they were using this literature. And see, when you, like I say, when you read your Holy Bible, and you read about in the Old Testament, the 5 books of Moses, and you read about these people in the 5 books of Moses that God wanted to destroy because they were being defiant and disobedient and doing all these evil things, all these abominations that God told you not to do. See, that's that occult literature. It goes all the way back, and even to and they're still trying to use that literature today. You don't get away with it. Just like you didn't get away with it yesterday, you don't get away with it today. You don't get away with it tomorrow. You can do all these so-called crimes, but the society is telling you all day, every day, it's wrong. It's wrong. Now, being able to enforce law, sometimes, law enforcement, the means to try to enforce all the laws can be a daunting task. You understand? But the general public, you have to still continue to report these things to the FBI. Like I've been saying over and over again, I'm gonna keep on saying. When you hear the United States Department of Justice say anti-gang, it's wrong. It's a crime. It's against the law. And see, the FBI, when you see that the United States Department of Justice is the one saying anti-gang, see, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, they already know about that literature. They already know it. So report these people to the FBI. Report them to the FBI, the Federal Bureau of Investigation. And there ain't nobody to be scared of. There ain't no more some cowards, especially these damn hoes. There ain't nothing to be scared of. You can try to be aggressive all you want. You ain't no more bunch of cowards. Now these are just a few of the free logo design websites. You can go to my anti-gang logo. Now I'm gonna have to move a little bit faster here. I had to start my video a little bit later because I had to work over the weekend. Okay. Now remember the word coercion, sexual coercion, psychological manipulation, psychological abuse. Now, I'm going to continue to be an advocate for Mr. Sam Cooke. I'm going to continue to protest, and I'm going to continue to speak out about the unjust crime that was committed against Mr. Sam Cooke and his family, all his family. And back in December 1964, the unjust murder of Mr. Sam Cooke. And it's going to be justice. It's going to be justice in the courtroom, in the court of law, civil court, criminal court, for Mr. Sam Cooke. And you know, that's good news. Man, that's good news. That's good news. It's going to be justice for Mr. Sam Cooke in the court of law, civil court, criminal court, and that includes SAW records. SAW records. So you can't murder Mr. Sam Cooke and think that you know it's first degree murder. You can't murder Mr. Sam Cooke and then think all these years that you can intentionally in a court of law try to disregard the crime that was committed. Victims' rights. See, we live in a day and time. Here it is, 2020, victims' rights. Now I purchased a copy of Mr. Sam Cooke's autopsy, the coroner's inquest that was done back in December 1964 from Celebrity Archive for $25. Now, these are official court documents. These are official court documents. The state of California, the county of Los Angeles, the city of Los Angeles, including the federal government, because you have to always remember that here in the United States of America, all 50 states of the United States of America, that includes U.S. territory, they fall up under the U.S. district courts. This is the United States Supreme Court. And all the 50 states and U.S. territories are divided into federal district courts. So that they are involved, but this is the verdict of the coroner's jury, the state of California, county of Los Angeles, in a matter of inquisition upon the body of Sam Cooke, deceased, before the coroner of the county of Los Angeles. We, the jurors, summoned to appear before the coroner of Los Angeles County in room 150, Hall of Justice, Los Angeles, California, on the 16th day of December 18, 1964, to inquire into the cause of the death of Sam Cooke. Having been duly sworn according to law, and having made such inquisition, hearing the testimony adduced upon our oaths, each and all do say that we find the deceased was named Sam Cooke, a male married, native of Mississippi, aged about 33 years, and then he came to his death on the 11th day of December 1964, 9137 South Figueroa Avenue, Los Angeles County, California. That this death was caused by gunshot wound to the chest, perforating the heart and both lungs, with massive hemorrhage inflicted by a gun in the hands of Bertha Franklin, 9137 South Figueroa Avenue, Los Angeles, California, after the deceased had made forcible entry. From the testimony introduced at this time, we find his death to be justified by homicide committed by the said Bertha Franklin in protection of life and property. All of which we do certified by this inquisition right by us this 16th day of December 1964. Now, based on the evidence, it's a lie. These people are criminals in this coroner's inquest. Now we know that Bertha Lee Franklin is a criminal, a field house nigga, and the people in this inquest, the coroner, the district attorney Barilla, the attorney for Miss Barbara Campbell Cooke at the time, Miss Sam Cooke's wife, Maychick, ineffective assistant counsel, and the people are criminals, as well as the jury in this so-called coroner's inquest. Now, in a court of law, you innocent until proven guilty. This was first-degree murder based on the evidence. Mr. Sam Cooke was shot and killed with a wrong .22 revolver pistol. Now, they recovered the bullet that killed Mr. Sam Cooke from his body. Hit both lungs and his heart. Now, you can't hit both lungs and the heart with a wrong .22 revolver pistol from the front and from the back. Mr. Sam Cooke was shot and killed from his left side. From his left side. The bullet that killed Mr. Sam Cooke hit his left side, hit his left lung first, then hit his heart, and then hit his right lung. Mr. Sam Cooke was shot and killed. He was shot and killed from his left side. And the evidence is overwhelming. They recovered the bullet and they had a gun. And plus, Bertha Lee Franklin called the police. The police was called. She was there. She gave a statement to the police, and all this. Police did some kind of investigation, but the evidence, gunpowder residue on Mr. Sam Cooke's sports coat, sports jacket that he was wearing on his left side. He was shot at close range, and they did a ballistics on the gun and the bullet. It matched. And like I said, gunpowder residue on Mr. Sam Cooke's sports coat, the sports jacket that he was wearing on the left side. Blood splatter. Bertha Lee Franklin clothes that she was wearing. There was blood, Mr. Sam Cooke's blood on the clothing. And so, like I said, it's first degree murder. It was premeditated. It was premeditated. So that's first degree murder. It wasn't no accident. They tried to claim that it was a justifiable homicide. It never was no justice. It was first degree murder. It's first degree murder. And I want to say capital murder. Mr. Sam Cooke is a well-known person. You can't just kill Mr. Sam Cooke, first of all. You can't touch a hair on his head. Now, and the way that he was killed, based on the evidence, you can't put a gun and Mr. Sam Cooke on his knees. You had time to think about it. It ain't no there's no courtroom that you're supposed to be able to get away with that. There are laws on the book. It's capital murder. I want to say capital murder. You know, not just based on emotion or feeling, based on the evidence. I want to say capital murder, death penalty. But like I said, in the court of law, in the civil court, criminal court, you innocent till proven guilty. Well, based on the evidence, first degree murder, premeditation. First degree murder, premeditated. You can't kill Miss Sam Cooke. You owe Miss Barbara Campbell Cook a lot of money. Get straight to the point. You can't do that. And that includes sorry rep. And being gonna sit around all these years. You can't do that. It's gonna have to, it's a must. It must be justice. It's not a question. You understand? Victims' rights. It must be justice in a courtroom, in a civil court, a criminal court, for Mr. Sam Cooke and all his family and friends. See, it's the law. It's against the law to do that. That's the reason why they passed victims' rights law. It's against the law of what has been done and what's being done and what's being done. It's wrong. It's wrong. You see Miss Barbara Campbell Cook today, it's wrong. You see, there are two beautiful daughters who were little girls at the time, at their father's murder. At the time that Sam Cooke was killed. They were little girls, Linda and Tracy. Now they're adults. All the children, Mr. Sam Cooke's nieces and nephews, and all his sisters and brothers have passed. Well, you know, the time has passed on, and his mother and father at the time he was murdered, they were still alive. Now here it is, 2020, the year 2020, and Mr. Sam Cooke's mother and father passed away. It's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. And I'm going to continue to protest and speak out, continue to be an advocate for Mr. Sam Cooke, because it's wrong. It's wrong. Victims' rights. Victims' rights is wrong. It's wrong. Victims' rights. It's wrong. You know, we're going to continue to protest, speak out, and continue to be an advocate for Mr. Sam Cooke, for Mr. Sam Cooke, victims' rights. And let me see, today I'm gonna do my Instagram first. Ain't gonna be long. Then I'm gonna do my Facebook Live. So, and like I said when I started my video, the United States Department of Justice. Hey. Anti-gang. Anti-gang. See, there ain't no such thing as living on the East Coast and then trying to use some literature and commit all these crimes, trying to use the East Coast as some kind of base for organized crime. And then you try to use the city of Los Angeles for the same thing, for some kind of base for organized crime. You ain't gonna get away with it. You don't get away with it. It's a bit, and all this about the sorority fraternity trying to influence you to support using that literature. See, anti-gang, the United States Department of Justice, excuse me, is wrong. You don't know what you're talking about. And then the United Nations, you don't know what you're talking about. The sorority and the fraternity, the alumni, the UNICEF, the UNESCO, they know way more than you know. They know way more than you know. So trying to use that so-called Freemasonry and Kabbalah and Western mystery, man, you ain't gonna get away with using none of that nonsense, that occult literature. You don't never get away with it. It was wrong yesterday, it's wrong today, it's gonna be wrong tomorrow. Doing background check on people yesterday, today, and tomorrow. You don't never get away with it. Never. Like I said, I'm gonna do my Instagram first, and then I'm gonna do my Facebook Live. Hello everybody, my name is Eric D. Johnson. I'm on BrightShine right here in City, Maryland, County, State, Tennessee. The day is early Monday morning, September 21st, 2020 time, 6:56 a.m. First, I thank all my family, my support for your continued care and support. Anti-gang, anti-gang. These are just a few of the free logo design websites you go to make anti-gang logo. And remember these words: coercion, coerce, sexual coercion, psychological coercion, psychological manipulation, psychological abuse. First, always give thanks to God for all the blessings and the guidance that God provides. Always put God first. Now, the United States Department of Justice, anti-gang, anti-gang. That's right. That's right. The United Nations, all the people on earth, the United Nations, the International Declaration of Human Rights. That's right. So the sorority and the fraternity, the alumni, UNICEF, UNESCO, the whole damn United Nations, they know way more than you know. that so-called literature that you try to use for influence. See, the United Nations, the International Declaration of Human Rights, their literature, it don't mean nothing. It don't mean nothing. You see, at the United States Department of Justice, that literature that you try to use, anti-gang. See, the people who say gang and try to make gang some type of criminal slang words, term. See, they were using that literature, that occult literature, anti-gang. That's right. That's right. Doing background check on people yesterday, today, and tomorrow. You ain't getting away with the crimes you be committing. Trying to use the East Coast of the United States of America as a base for organized crime. You ain't gonna get away with it. Or anywhere on this earth, you ain't getting away with it. Now, law enforcement, you understand, it may be a daunting task. But however, it's against the law. It's a crime. It's wrong. Now, I'm going to continue to protest. I'm going to continue to speak out. I'm going to continue to be an advocate for Mr. Sam Cooke, a man who was unjustly murdered in December 1964. A good man. And the murder was ruled a justifiable homicide. It was first degree murder. I won't say capital murder, but there's some different criteria for capital murder for the death penalty. But the evidence overwhelming for first degree murder. The evidence is overwhelming. And it was wrong. And today, victims' rights. Victims' rights is wrong. What was done and what's being done is wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. Now I purchased a copy of Mr. Sam Cooke's autopsy, the coroner's inquest from Celebrity Archive for $25. These are official court documents. These are official court documents. The state of California, the county of Los Angeles, the city of Los Angeles, including the United States federal government, because the state of California, like all 50 states and U.S. territory, in the United States of America, you have the United States Supreme Court, and then you have district courts. The state of California is assigned to one of these federal district courts. So we have victims' rights today. And the verdict of the coroner's jury, state of California, county of Los Angeles, the city of Los Angeles, in the matter of the inquisition upon the body of Sam Cook, deceased, before the coroner of the county of Los Angeles. We, the jury, summoned to appear before the coroner of Los Angeles County, in room 150, Hall of Justice, Los Angeles, California, on the 16th day of December 18, 1964, to inquire into the cause of the death of Sam Cook. Having been duly sworn according to law and having made such inquisition and hearing the testimony adduced upon our oath, each and all do say that we find that the deceased was named Sam Cook, a male married native of Mississippi, aged by 33 years, and that he came to the death on the 11th day of December 1964 at 9137 South Figueroa Avenue, Los Angeles County, California, that this death was caused by a gunshot wound to the chest, perforating the heart and both lungs with massive hemorrhage, inflicted by a gun in the hands of Brother Frank at 9137 South Figueroa Avenue, Los Angeles, California, after the deceased had made forcible entry. And from the testimony introduced at the time, we find this death to be justified homicide committed by the said Brother Frank, imitation of life and property. All of which we do not certify by this inquisition right by us signed the 16th day of December 1964. It's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. It was wrong then, and it's wrong now. What they did and what they're doing today is wrong. It was not no justifiable homicide. It was first degree murder. I want to say capital murder, but there's a criteria. Death penalty. The evidence is overwhelming. It was premeditated. First of all, it was premeditated. It's first degree murder. First degree murder. The evidence is overwhelming. Overwhelming. First degree murder. It's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. And Saw Records, Mr. Sam Cook, and Saw Records, and you only barber camel cook a lot of money. That's all there is to it. Get straight to the point. You only barber camel cook a lot of money. You can't do that. You can't do that. See, that's the reason why they see victim rights. That's the reason why. You can't do that. It's wrong. It's wrong. It's against the law. It's against the law. It's wrong. The evidence, just like I said, Mr. Sam Cook got a gunshot wound. Hit both his lungs and his heart. It was a wrong 22 revolver pistol. You can't hit both lungs and the heart with one bullet, with no wrong 22 revolver pistol from the front and from the back. You can't do it. Mr. Sam Cook was shot and killed with a wrong 22 pistol revolver from his left side. From his left side. Hit his left lung first. Hit his heart. And hit his right lung. They recovered the bullet that killed Mr. Sam Cook on his right side. It's wrong. That's wrong. You can't kill Sam Cook. I don't give a damn what. You can't kill. You can't shoot and kill Mr. Sam Cook. And then talking about it's a damn justifiable. This 2020. This the year 2020. It's wrong. It was wrong yesterday. It's wrong today. And it's gonna be wrong tomorrow. It's wrong. You can't do that. It's first degree murder. The evidence, Mr. Sam Cook had a sports coat, sports jacket on. time his death. That gunpowder residue, it was at close range. At close range. The barrel of the gun at close range. You can't do that. Hell no. You can't do that. No. Hell, you could have been outside and shot through the window and still be wrong. You can't do that. You can't do that. That's wrong. What that ignorant field house nigga Berkeley Lee Franklin did is wrong. And what them criminals in that coroner's inquest did is wrong. You owe Miss Bobby Campbell Cook a lot of money. Sorry records included. You owe a lot of money. You can't do that. And see, at close range, the shooter, Bertha Lee Frank, was at close range. There's blood splatter on the clothes that she wore. That's Mr. Sam Cook's blood. You can't do that. You can't do that. You can't do that. Like I say, ballistic tests were done. The bullet and the gun matched. Gunpowder residue, Mr. Sam Cook's sports jacket, sports coat, on that side, on this left side. The blood splatter on the clothing that the defendant, Bertha Lee Franklin, was wearing. That's Mr. Sam Cook's blood. And then the person who shot and killed Mr. Sam Cook gave a statement to the police. Gave a statement to the police. Then they got to the coroner's inquest, the so-called coroner's jury ruled out justified was. You can't do that. You can't do that. It was wrong yesterday. It's wrong today. It's going to be wrong tomorrow. Just like anti-gang. You can try to use all that damn literature all you want. It was wrong yesterday. It's going to be wrong today. It's going to be wrong tomorrow. The United Nations, the International Declaration of Human Rights, that literature is wrong. The United States Department of Justice is wrong. Anti-gang is wrong. That literature is wrong. You know, wrong yesterday. It's wrong today. It's going to be wrong tomorrow. Now, victims' rights. Victims' rights. said, it was wrong. It's wrong. Victims' rights. See, there wasn't no victims' rights in 1964 at the time of Mr. Sam Cooke's murder. That's one of the reasons why today we have victims' rights. That's one of the reasons why so many people, crimes have been committed and there was no justice. Well, today we have victims' rights. And it's going to be justice for Mr. Sam Cooke and all his family, friends, fans, in a criminal, in the court of law, civil court, criminal court. You owe me Barbara Campbell Cook a lot of money. So straight to the point. You can't do that. You can't shoot and kill Mr. Sam Cooke and he the owner of SAR Records. You can't do that. And then gonna try to make it sound like, it wasn't nothing. It was justified. No. You can't do that. That's the reason why we have victim rights laws today. Just like all this damn gang and all this mess and all these stupid ass people on the East Coast, anti-gang. That's the reason why we have a United Nations today, because of that damn literature. It was wrong yesterday, it's wrong today, it's wrong tomorrow. Background check on people from yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Now, we get ready to do my Facebook Live. Man, it's good news. It's good news. It's going to be justice in a court of law, civil court and criminal court for Mr. Sam Cooke. That's good news. Man, that's good news. Now I just ended my Instagram video. Now I'm doing my Facebook Live. Hello everybody, my name is Eric D. Johnson, also on BrightShine, right here in the city of the county, state of Tennessee. Today, it's early Monday morning, September the 21st, 2020, time 7:20 a.m. First, say thank you to all my fans, my support, for your continued current support. Anti-gang. Anti-gang. Now, these are just a few of the free logo design websites you can go to make anti-gang logo. Now remember these words: coercion, sexual coercion, psychological coercion, psychological manipulation, psychological abuse. Anti-gang. Anti-gang. The United States Department of Justice. Anti-gang. See that literature that I keep talking about? Western mystery tradition. Neoplatonism, anthroposophic, Hermetic order of the Golden Dawn, Rosicrucianism, Kabbalah, Gnosticism, all that esotericism, all that made up lies, exotericism. See, the United States Department of Justice, when you say anti-gang, when you say gang and mob, see, the people that we talking about, they all that literature, even when you read your Holy Bible, in the Old Testament, in the 5 books of Moses, the people that God told the children of Israel to destroy, see, they were using that literature. See, over there in the country, Turkey, when you say Tarsus, that was just like the East Coast. They tried to use Tarsus as a base. Just like you try to use today. Try to use the whole damn East Coast of the United States of America. From the state of Maine all the way down to the state of Florida for a base. For some criminal, for organized crime. And then you see all these ignorant ass field house niggas on the East Coast trying to go all around using that literature. You don't get away with anti-gang. And United Nations, they enacted the International Declaration of Human Rights. They're telling you that it's wrong. That literature is wrong. Every damn thing that you be trying to do with that literature, all around the world, the United Nations, they telling you it's wrong. The International Declaration of Human Rights, they telling you it's wrong. Every human being on this earth is a human being. It's wrong. That's all that's what they tell you. Because see, that literature, if you leave these damn ignorant ass people around to be influenced by it, when nobody on this earth be alive. See, that's the reason why they tell you we all human beings. It's wrong. And it was wrong yesterday, it's wrong today, it's gonna be wrong tomorrow. Anti-gang. It's wrong. It's wrong yesterday, it's wrong today, it's gonna be wrong tomorrow. Background check on people from yesterday, today, and tomorrow is wrong. Now, I'm going to continue to be an advocate for Mr. Sam Cooke. I'm going to continue to protest. We're going to continue to speak out for the unjust murder of Mr. Sam Cooke in December 1964. It's wrong yesterday. It's wrong today. It's going to be wrong tomorrow. It's wrong. It's wrong. with that ignorant fear house nigga Bertha Lee Franklin did, and what those criminals at that coroner's inquest did. It was wrong yesterday. It's wrong today. It's gonna be wrong tomorrow. Victims' rights. Victims' rights. They ain't have victims' rights in December 1964. In 2020 and beyond, we have victims' rights today. With the crime that was committed in December 1964, victims' rights. I purchased a copy of Mr. Sam Cooke's autopsy, the coroner's inquest, from Celebrity Archive for $25. The evidence in this murder is overwhelming. This first-degree murder is premeditated. So there's one thing that the family don't have to worry about. I mean, I'm sitting here telling you, I got a copy of Mr. Sam Cooke's coroner's. I've been showing it to you. These are official court documents. This is the coroner's inquest. These are official court documents. The state of California, the county of Los Angeles, the city of Los Angeles, and that includes the federal court. You have to always remember that the United States of America, all 50 states, including U.S. territories, the United States Supreme Court, their district courts, all 50 states and U.S. territory are divided into these district courts. So the district court that the state of California is assigned to, they're there. The court is there. These are official court documents. Now this is the verdict of the coroner's jury. State of California, the county of Los Angeles. In the matter of inquisition upon the body of Sam Cooke deceased before the coroner of the county of Los Angeles, we, the jurors, summoned to appear before the coroner of Los Angeles County in room 150, Hall of Justice, Los Angeles, California, on the 16th day of December 18, 1964, to inquire into the cause of the death of Sam Cooke. Having been duly sworn according to law, having made such inquisition, hearing the testimony due upon our oath, each and all do say that we find that the deceased was named Sam Cooke, a male married, native of Mississippi, aged by 33 years, and that he came to a death on the 11th day of December 1964, 9137 South Federal Avenue, Los Angeles County, California, that this death was caused by gunshot wound in the chest, perforating the heart of both lungs with massive hemorrhage, inflicted by a gun in the hand of Bertha Franklin, 9137 South Federal Avenue, Los Angeles, California. After the deceased had made force been entering from the testimony due at this time, we find it there to be justifiable homicide committed by the said Bertha Franklin, imitation of life and property, all of which we duly certified by this inquisition right by our side the 16th day, December 1964. That's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong yesterday. It's wrong today. It's going to be wrong tomorrow. Victims' rights. It's wrong. Victims' rights. It's wrong. Mr. Sam Cooke, including sorry records. You can't do that. You can't do that. You can't shoot and kill Mr. Sam Cooke yesterday, today, and tomorrow. It's wrong. It's wrong. That's the reason why we have victims' rights today. Should have had victims' rights yesterday. We have today, and we're going to have victims' rights tomorrow. Now, the evidence is overwhelming. Let me just take a minute. Now, Mr. Sam Cooke shot and killed by this ignorant field house nigga, Bertha Lee Franklin. A wrong 22 revolver pistol. Now, as it says in the document, Mr. Sam Cooke, both lungs and his heart were hit with this one bullet. Now, you can't shoot and kill Mr. Sam Cooke with a wrong 22 pistol revolver. With one bullet. And hit both lungs and the heart. From the front and from the back. You can't do that. Mr. Sam Cooke was shot and killed with a wrong 22 pistol revolver. From his left side. The left side. Hit his left lung first. Then hit his heart. And then hit his right lung. The bullet that killed Mr. Sam Cooke was recovered from his right side. That's the evidence. They took the bullet that they recovered, did a ballistic test, it matched. The gun and the bullet matched. Evidence. First degree murder. Mr. Sam Cooke, at the time of his death, had a sports coat, sports jacket, gunpowder residue, close range, and close range. The barrel of the gun, of the revolver, in close range, gunpowder residue. I think it was 1/8 of an inch. to the investigating officer, Mr. Thomas. He said that the deceased sports coat that he was wearing at the time of this occurrence had a hole in the corresponding area, would be the left chest area, and surrounding this hole was 1 1/8 inch diameter powder burn, gunpowder residue. And this indicates the muzzle distance was probably about 1.5 inches from about the time the gun was discharged. That's too damn close. I mean, that's first degree murder. That's first degree murder. Where you see justifiable homicide. That's the reason why I'm telling you can't do that. Now I know it was 1964 at the time of the United States of America. I know the time we talking about segregation, racism, prejudice, bigotry, bias. That was 1964. So I know the time. And so the clothing that this stupid, this ignorant field house named Bertha Lee Franklin was wearing has blood on it. Now you use your common sense. If Bertha Lee Franklin wasn't bleeding and you have blood on your dress, what other person was around? There's only 2 people there. Mr. Sam Cooke and Bertha Lee Franklin. Now, did you have blood on your clothes before? Before you came and that blood was already there? No. But goddamn, the only other conclusion you can draw without doing a blood test to say that it's Mr. Sam. Here, the only 2 people there, Mr. Sam Cooke and Bertha Lee Franklin. So whose blood you think it is? It's Mr. Sam Cooke's blood. Now, of course, today we do DNA tests. At the time, yeah, I know. But goddamn, it's only 2 people there. Bertha Lee Franklin and Mr. Sam Cooke. It's first degree murder. It's first degree murder. Mr. Sam Cooke's blood on her clothes. So, common sense. You got blood on your clothes, and it wasn't there when you got to work. But goddamn it, that's Mr. Sam Cooke's blood. It's first degree murder. It's first degree murder. And I want to say capital murder. I won't say capital murder. There's a criteria for first degree murder. And death penalty. It's wrong. The Sam Cooke family, friends, fans, it's going to be justice for Mr. Sam Cooke and a court of civil victims' rights. That's good news. Man, that's news. That's good news. Man, that's news. And let me also not forget, there are pictures of the crime scene. The evidence. They took pictures of the crime scene. And picture number 5, Mr. Sam Cooke's body is in picture number 5. It's first degree murder. It's first degree murder. The evidence is overwhelming. Victims' rights. said, it's good news. Victims' rights. It wasn't no victims' rights in December 1964. But this is 2020. Victims' rights. It will be justice. In a court of law, civil court, criminal court, for Mr. Sam Cooke, all his family, friends, fans. Victims' rights. Civil court, criminal court. That's good news. Man, ain't that news. It was wrong. It was wrong yesterday. It's wrong today. It's going to be wrong tomorrow. Now, this is a map of all the people of the earth. And this is the Albanian language map. This is the Baltic language map. And this is a Greek language map. This is a Slavic language map. This is the Altaic language map. And this is a Euro-Altaic language map. The Romanian language is a Romance, is a Latin Romance language. And Romania, in the Romanian language known as Wallachia. And this is a map of the languages of Africa. And this is a map of the languages of Africa. This is a map of the languages of Africa. And this is the Afro-Asiatic language distribution map. And this is the Afro-Asiatic language distribution map. This is the Nilo-Saharan language distribution map. And this is the Nilo-Saharan language distribution map. And this is the Niger-Congo language distribution map. And this is the Niger-Congo language distribution map. Now the title of this book is West African Traditional Religion, written by Dr. Joseph Omasei Maleno, Dr. P. Avenue Motor Payment. And the title of this book is African Traditional Religion Definition, written by Dr. E. Baloja Adonwu. And the title of this book is African Religion and Philosophy, written by Dr. John S. M.B. And the title of this book is Concepts of God and Africa, written by Dr. John S. M.B. Now that stupid sorority, that stupid fraternity. See, they're going around calling themselves sister and brother in Latin. Man, you ain't nobody. The alumni, you ain't nobody. See, the United States Department of Justice, anti-gang. All that stuff about gang and mob and all that stuff about street slang, they ain't nothing. Anti-gang. That literature that you be talking about, they ain't nothing. Anti-gang. It don't mean nothing. It's wrong. It was wrong yesterday. It's wrong today. It's gonna be wrong tomorrow. The United Nations is wrong. That literature, wrong. The International Declaration of Human Rights, that literature wrong. It's wrong. UNICEF, UNESCO, that literature is wrong. It's wrong. That's the reason why you have an International Declaration of Human Rights today. It's wrong. See, the Catholic Church and all that particular church, the Protestant Reformation movement, the 95 Thesis Church, the American Restoration movement, Stone Campbell movement, the Church of Christ. It's wrong. That's the reason why. Because when they go all the way back to when it got started, it was because of that literature. It's because of that literature. It's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. Wrong yesterday, wrong today, gonna be wrong tomorrow. Wrong. You see, like I've been saying, a lot of celebrity athletes, the celebrity entertainers, they went to college. And they, like you join, you become a member of the sorority and fraternity because of that literature. You're wrong. Wrong. See, the way all the blood gang, crip gang, the bloodstone, then the limestone, and they be members of, the celebrity athletes, celebrity anything. They in the blood gang, the crip gang, they in the bloodstone, then the limestone. It's wrong. Anti-gang is wrong. Now, the United States Government enacted the Organized Crime Control Act of 1970. In Title IX of the Organized Crime Control Act 1970, the Racketeering Influence Organization Act, the RICO Act, is anti-gang. The Comprehensive Drug Abuse Prevention Control Act 1970 controls substance acts, psychotropic substance acts, the continuum criminal enterprise statute kingpins is all anti-gang. The Juvenile Justice Delinquency Prevention Act of 1974 established the Office of Juvenile Justice Delinquency Prevention, as well as all the other related legislation. The Comprehensive Anti-Gang Initiative, the Office of Juvenile Justice Delinquency Prevention, and the Comprehensive Gang Law, the Office of Juvenile Justice Delinquency Prevention, the Bureau of Justice Assistance, the Office of Justice Program, and the United States Department of Justice. The Office of Justice Program, the Bureau of Justice Assistance, the United States Department of Justice, the Comprehensive Anti-Gang Initiative, Project St. David, the United States Department of Justice, the Office of Community-Oriented Police and Service, the Comprehensive Anti-Gang Initiative, the Office of Juvenile Justice Delinquency Prevention, the United States Department of Justice, the Office of Justice Program, the Bureau of Justice, the International Narcotics Law Enforcement Affairs, the United States Department of State, the Institute for Intergovernmental Affairs, the Gang Resistance Education Training Program, the GRADE Program, the United States Department of Justice, the Office of Justice Program, the Office of Juvenile Justice Delinquency Prevention, October 2009, National Youth Gang Center, which has been funded by the Office of Juvenile Justice Delinquency Prevention since 1995, merged with the National Gang Center, which has been funded by the Bureau of Justice in 2003, the National Gang Center. Complex state laws against gang prevention, opioid research program, Mr. James House, the Office of Juvenile Justice and Prevention, the United States Department of Justice, the Bureau of Justice System, Office of Juvenile Justice and Prevention, National Gang Center book, and a title of books, Houston Street Gangs in the United States. You can also go to the quick web and Wikipedia. You find the same evidence titled gangs in the United States. The United States Department of Justice, Office of the United States Attorney, 1457 Prince Street, Gang State 18, United States Code 521. The United States Department of Justice, Federal Investigation, the National Gang Intelligence Center, the United States Department of Justice, Organized Crime Gang Section. You got other federal, state, and local agencies. The United States Department of Justice, Office of Justice Program, National Institute of Justice, Anti-Gang Strategies, Prevention, Intervention, Assessment, Suppression. The United States Department of Justice, Office of Justice Program, National Institute of Justice, the United States Department of Health and Human Services, the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, the National Center for Injury Prevention and Control, Changing Course, Preventing Gang Membership, and striving to reduce youth violence everywhere. The United States Department of Justice, United States Department of Education, United States Department of Health and Human Services, United States Department of Housing and Urban Development, United States Department of Labor, and the White House Office of National Drug Control Policy, the National Forum, Youth Violence Prevention Forum. You go to youth.gov and be informed about the National Forum on Youth Violence Prevention Forum, as well as the Comprehensive Anti-Gang Initiative, Comprehensive Gang Law, the United States Department of Justice, Bureau of Justice System, National Crime Prevention Council, keeping kids out of gang. And then the United States Department of Justice. Hazing is a crime. You go to Lord.com, they're formed by anti-haze. Now this is a list of 39 of Native American origin in the United States. For example, state name: Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, Connecticut, Idaho, Illinois, Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, Mississippi, Missouri, Nebraska, New Mexico, North, South Dakota, Ohio, Oklahoma, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Wisconsin, Wyoming. And scroll all the way down to the bottom where you see also you see a list of plate names of indigenous origin in the Americas. The pirates, that's their occult literature. The United States Department of Justice, the Office of Juvenile Justice Prevention, the Criminal Justice System, the National Games and the book entitled the Houston Street Games in the United States, written by Mr. James and Mr. John P. Moore. You can also go to the quick reference, Wikipedia. You can find the same information about gangs in the United States. Now, street slang words: gang plus stir, mob plus stir. Merriam-Webster New International Dictionary. Also, in the dictionary, give you a clean total definition of the meaning of the word gang plus stir, mob plus stir. Then you have other street slang. boss, goon, thug, crook, cool, Mac, player, pimp, war, hustle, nigga, feel, nigga, house, nigga. Then you got street slang for music, hip hop, rock and roll, swing, groove, jazz, blues, funk, doo-wop, bebop, street slang. We got street slang for money, currency, exchange, bucks, racks, bank, bands, bread, door, scratch, loop, move, Benjamin, dead president. The street slang ain't nothing official or right about no street slang. The so-called sorority and fraternity. The United States Department of Justice. Hazing is a crime. The sorority and fraternity use hazing in the initiation. The hazing, the initiation is not cult. They be using that literature, that occult literature. The United States Department of Justice anti-gang. That literature, that occult literature, is wrong. It was wrong yesterday, it's wrong today, it's wrong tomorrow. And then, United Nations. The International Declaration of Human Rights. That literature is wrong. Don't let the sorority return mislead. The sorority return, they commit crimes on and off the game. They use and abuse tobacco products. They indulge in gambling, game chance. They use and abuse alcohol and drugs. They indulge in immoral activity. They indulge in sexual abuse in the private. All those persons who initiate start the sorority return renounce them. And denounce the whole concept and idea of sorority return. The sorority return, as you know, they work and they manage. The businesses, companies, and corporations. They use and misuse the background check. They commit crimes against humanity, try to violate human rights, civil rights, inhumanity, genocide, ethnic cleansing, all forms of discrimination and harassment. They pollute the air, ground, and water, and noise pollution. They destroy the environment, nature, and wildlife. So don't let the sorority and fraternity mislead you. Now, the pre-13 colony history. Dominic Gate. Now, Harvard University is the oldest junior high learner in the United States, founded March 13, 1639, Cambridge, Massachusetts. William Mary College, Williamsburg, Virginia, founded February 8, 1692, second oldest junior high learner in the United States of America. December 5, 1776, the College of William Mary, recognized as the first real school society in North America. After that, the first sorority founded in 1851 Wesleyan College, Macon, Georgia. The first organization about the word sorority was Gamma Phi Beta, established on November 11, 1874, Syracuse University, Syracuse, New York. The first women's fraternity was at DuPont College, 1870. Now, the basis of the sorority and fraternity is the old world secret society. From Africa, from Asia, and from Europe. For example, the Eastern Star, the Freemasons, talking about Euclid, the mathematician, the Alexander Egypt. 1390, 1425, mentioned in the Hollywood manuscript, the Reed's Born, Cook manuscript, and Downing manuscript. Now, examples of the old world secret society from Africa and from Asia and from Europe. The Skull and Bone, Rosicrucian, the Sons of the Living Thug side, the Prime side of the Order of Temple Orient, Knights of the Golden Eagle Wood, the ancient Arabic order, the nose of the Mist Shrine, the Blue Order Myth, the P.O. Sisterhood, the Eastern Star, the Freemasons, the Elks, the Lone Moon, the Bilderberg Group, the Ku Klux Klan, the Knights of the Thousand Knights of Columbus, the Illuminati, Far Side, Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn, the Mystic Order of the Empires of the Enchanted Man, the United Order of the Gold Cross, United Ancient Order of the National Bank, Ancient Order of the Navy, Opus Dei, the Knights Temple, the Skyline Right, the Spanish Guardian, the Carbonaire, the Black Hand, you say Mafia, the Afro-Asiatic, you say Coastal North Atlantic, the Triad, the Yakuza, the Osiris. The International Bill of Human Rights. The Convention on Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination against Women. The Declaration for the Rights of the Child. The United Nations Convention on the Rights of the Child. The world's oldest human rights organization, Anti-Slavery International. The International Federation for Human Rights. The world's oldest international conservation organization, BrightShine International. And also Fauna and Flora International was the world's first international wildlife conservation organization. The world's oldest global environmental organization, International Union for Conservation, and also the World Wildlife Fund. Amnesty International, Human Rights Watch, Global Rights, Frontline Defender, Human Rights by Frontier, International for Human Rights. Conservation International, Wildlife Conservation Society, the Conservation Fund, the League of Conservation Road, Earth Watching Food Service Association, Earth Justice Conservation Volunteer, Wildlife Conservation Network, the Daniel Wildlife Trust, Biodiversity and Nature Conservation Association, Rare Species Conservation Center, Wildlife Research and Conservation Trust, Rainforest Trust, and International Rainforest Conservation Organization, Rainforest Action Network. Biodiversity International, Earth Day Network, Environmental Defense Fund, Friends of the Earth, Friends of Nature, the Nature Conservation inside, what's inside the Global Ocean Commission, International Marine Life. Alright. The Catholic Church, not that particular church. That's that occult church. The Protestant Reformation Movement Church, not Baptist. That's that occult church. That's the Catholic Church, not that particular church. The American Restoration Movement, Stone County Movement, the Church of Christ. That's the Catholic Church, not that particular church. That's that occult church. Saul from Tarsus, the self-proclaimed Apostle Paul, was a lying, murdering devil. He was an occultist. He wrote all those epistles in the New Testament. Now, the man-made religion, the only thing they used those epistles. They Saul from Tarsus, man. They Saul from Tarsus, the self-proclaimed Apostle Paul wrote. For example, Romans chapter 16, verse 16. Salute one another with a holy kiss. The church, they put the suffix ES on the end. Oh, Christ, salute. Another example is 2 Thessalonians chapter 1 verse 4. So we ourselves go and you in the church with the subject is God of your patience faith and all your persecuting truth may be near with. Now, the devil worship is Satanists. They took those words out the Holy Bible. That's religious persecution. sorority and a fraternity. The alumni. That's a cult. See, anti-gang. Western esotericism, Western mystery tradition, Hermetism, Gnosticism, Neoplatonism, Rosicrucianism, Freemasonry, Eastern Star, Angel and Light, Spiritualism, Kabbalah, then occult, arcane, microcosm, and exoteric. See, the United States Department of Justice, anti-gang, Western esotericism, Western mystery tradition, Hermetism, Gnosticism, Neoplatonism, Rosicrucianism, the Freemasonry, Eastern Star, Angel and Light, Spiritualism, Kabbalah, occult, arcane, microcosm, and exoteric. Anti-gang, and then the United Nations, the International Declaration of Human Rights. Occult, arcane, and esoteric, spiritualism, theosophy, anthroposophy, Hermetic Golden Dawn, New Age, occult sciences, occult properties, and occult qualities. Occult, arcane, esoteric, spiritualism, theosophy, anthroposophy, Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn, New Age, occult science, occult quality. See, the United States Department of Justice, anti-gang, the United Nations, the International Bill, the International Declaration of Human Rights, the United States Department of Justice, anti-gang, the United Nations, the International Declaration of Human Rights. study the first century. I mean, you know what? The first century is our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, the Son of God, born in the first century, lived in the first century, crucified in the first century, resurrected in the first century, raised in glory in the first century. The church. Our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ established the church in the first century. We're going to continue to study people, ancient people in the Bible, the Amorites, Afro-Asiatic. The Egyptians, they were Afro-Asiatic. The Amalekites, they were the supposed descendants of Esau. The Kenites, they were a nomadic tribe in the ancient Levant. Moses' father-in-law was a Kenite. The Canaanites, ancient people. The Kenizzite, ancient people. Jupiter, father of the Israelites, Caleb, they call it Kenizzite. The Hittites, Indo-European. The Perizzites, ancient people. The Rephaim or Rephaite, they were called Zamzum, Email. Ancient people considered the giants. Canaanites, Canaan, son of grandson of Noah. Canaanites, the ethnic catch-all term covered various indigenous populations, both ethnic and nomadic pastoral groups that throughout southern Levant and Canaan. The Girgasites, the Jebusites, and the Philistines. Now the Philistines, they're not Afro-Asiatic, and it's not been determined that they are Indo-European. Indo-European. The Hivites, the Horites, the Hurrians, the Philistines. Now the Philistines, they're not Afro-Asiatic, and it has not been determined that the Philistines are Indo-European. The Moabites, they were Afro-Asiatic. The Mennonites, they were Afro-Asiatic. The Perizzites, they were Afro-Asiatic. Now, the Ten Commandments. The book of Exodus, chapter 20, verses 1 through 17. In those, verse 17, verse, God told you 5 times, I am the Lord thy God. That literature is wrong. It's wrong. God told you, I'm your God. You don't listen to man, the devil. You listen to God. I am thy God. Turn to the Old Testament, to the 5 books of Moses, to the book of Exodus, chapter 20. The Ten Commandments. And it reads, and God spake all these words, saying, I am the Lord thy God. That according is wrong, which I brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to no servant, for I, the Lord, thy God, am a jealous God. It's the second time. Visiting the iniquity of the father upon the children, unto the 3rd and 4th generation of them that hate me. And showing mercy unto 1,000 of them that love him and keep my commandments. Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain. For the Lord will not hold him guiltless that take his name in vain. That was the 3rd time. Remember the 7th day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work. But the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. That's the 4th time. In it, thou shalt not do any work, thou nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that within thy gate. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, and seeing all that in them years, and rested the 7th day. Wherefore the Lord blessed the 7th day and hallowed it. Honor thy father and thy mother, that thy name may be known upon the name which the Lord thy God giveth thee. That's the 5th time. Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his oxen, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor's. That was the Ten Commandments. Now we're going to turn to the New Testament. Again, God telling you that their occult literature is wrong. Now we just went to the Old Testament, to the Ten Commandments. The book of Exodus, chapter 20, verses 1 through 17. The Ten Commandments. Now we're going to go to the New Testament. See, in the Old Testament, God told, I am the Lord thy God. In the New Testament, God will tell you, again, Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, Son of God, going to tell you again, I am the Lord thy God. Now, we're going to go to the New Testament, Holy Bible. The greatest commandment in the law. Matthew chapter 22 verses 35 through 40. Mark chapter 12 verses 28 through 31. Luke chapter 10 verses 25 through 28. We're going to go to the book of Matthew chapter 22 verses 35 through 40. And it reads, then one of them, which was a lawyer, asked him a question, tempting him and said, Master, which is the great commandment in the law? Jesus said unto him, Thou shalt love the Lord thy God. Their occult literature is nothing. With all thy heart. What that mean? You're talking about all those verses, all those scriptures in the Old Testament of the Holy Bible. And with all thy soul. physical life, but we can also die spiritual death for all eternity. We're gonna die. But we do have a soul. And with all thy mind. Now, when we read the Holy Bible, Old Testament, New Testament, we try to understand or comprehend what our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ is conveying to us. And we don't become frustrated. But what we do, we continue to read God's Word and grow stronger in our understanding of God's Word. And this is the first and great commandment, and the second is like unto it. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. On these two commandments hang all the law and the prophets. And again, that was the greatest commandment in the law. Matthew chapter 22, verse 35 through 40. And you can also go to Mark chapter 12, verses 28 through 31, and Luke chapter 10, verse 25 through 28. And these verses, they are just as important. It's gonna be justice. It's gonna be justice in a court of law, civil court, criminal court, for Mr. Sam Cooke and all his family, all his friends, fans. Victims' rights. Victims' rights. And again, I want to reiterate that evidence is overwhelming in Mr. Sam Cooke's murder case. His first-degree murder. The evidence is overwhelming. I mean, the gunpowder residue on the sports coat, sports jacket, the gun and the bullet, the ballistic test match the statement from the shooter. You understand? And like I said, the blood on the clothing of the shooter. There's only two people in that who was in at the crime scene. The shooter, Brother Lee Franklin, even Phil Hanley, and the victim, Mr. Sam Cooke. So whose blood you think gonna be on the dress? Use your common sense. The blood splat, the clothes that she wore. Did you come to work with blood on your clothes? Where did blood come from?